Hi, so this is my first official YouTube video on my channel, like the first proper one. So I thought I would want to break down my new album that I released on the 1st of June this year called Night Mode. Check it out, link in the bio if you want to see where you can stream it, or just look at my other content if you are somehow interested in what I do. I really don't know what to say. The whole concept of this album is to just kind of help you like sleep. I used to struggle a lot with trying to go to sleep at night. So I often listen to music that would help me sleep. So I thought, why can't I just kind of make my own version so I can help, other people go to sleep, I guess. That's why it's predominantly called Night Mode, because you'd play it at night before you go to bed to help you kind of relax. That's why each one of the songs have a very similar concept. They all have a ongoing synth going throughout it, and they also have this sort of kind of relaxing, but I try to incorporate elements of R&B into it because I just love R&B and I want to identify myself as an R&B singer going ahead in the future. So my inspiration of this album came from many, along with wanting to help people go to sleep and stuff like that, it was also inspired by the songs I listened to. This might take a while because I forgot what the song title is called. These two songs I used to listen to a lot at night time to go to sleep. It's called Lonely Stardom by Joy. I'll just play a little bit of it so you kind of get what I was going for. Relaxing synth. My timing was completely off there, but who cares? You kind of get it, right? Same with a song by Baby Mako, featuring Summer Soul. This song, the synth, love that. So similarly, I try to go for songs that sort of have this sort of relaxing synth. So that's one kind of concept I had going throughout the whole album, the kind of flowing synth. I made the themes also similar in a way that one song transitions into the other song quite well. This kind of resembles like how you would, sleep throughout the night. You have like different stages of sleep, right? I know you have more than just 3 stages of sleep, but obviously I wanted to have that sort of flow of like a night, night mode. We made this album based around sleeping because I love sleep, but I don't sleep at the right times, and I struggle going to sleep at times, even though I love to nap. It's weird. So the first song on the album, Too Much, it was produced way back in 2018. In fact, the whole song was pretty much all done by 2018. I wrote the lyrics back in 2018 summer going into autumn, so spring, August time. It was honestly the inspiration for Too Much was, you have those cute little posts on like Twitter or like Pinterest or even like Instagram. You have this cute little post that's kind of like, oh, imagine these sort of love scenarios. I went with that because they're just very cute, so I thought just write a song about it, and simply enough I did. I use a Logic Pro for all my songs. I learned how to produce honestly by myself, YouTube. I used it a little bit YouTube, but to be honest, I used to play a lot with loops in GarageBand or GarageBand, or I can't say it, whatever you Americans, English people say. Since around 11 or 10 years old, I used to play around with GarageBand, and that sort of way got me used to how things kind of work using that. So when I got Logic Pro, I just kind of adapted quite well to it. It was a bit hard getting into it at the start, but the more I used it, the more I kind of figured out how things kind of worked. Too Much was actually produced all in GarageBand, because I used to think that you couldn't make decent songs from GarageBand because it's very basic. I happened to make one out of it. Whether it's good or not is down to your opinion, but yay, I found it. So like the synth idea I was going for, that's obviously there. Really love these synths. They're just so relaxing. I just love it so much. Yeah, I went with a quite simple beat, so it's just pretty much these are just really pretty. It kind of makes it very wind chimey. Wind chime I find really relaxing. I just like the way it just sounds very dreamy, very airy. I just like the way it sounds. I introduce this new sort of synth. Move forward it. As to the whole dreamy vibe of it, basically the main point of the song is to make it sound dreamy as hell. That's too much. Okay, the next song in my album is Darling. So, there is a story with Darling. When I first got Logic Pro, the first song I made was Darling in it. The thing with Darling, right, is that my Mac actually played up. So, it was factory reset. The only reason why I still have Darling as an audio file is because I emailed it to myself. Which means that I have done 0 editing onto it. It is literally in one of, like, I released it in its draft mode because this song has so much potential, and I know it has so much more potential than what currently is. Like, I like it the way it is now, obviously, because I released it, but I had many ideas in my head of how I can make it sound better, more bigger. Obviously that didn't go to plan, so I released it the way it is. So the only thing that's actually been done to it is the mastering, because again, I could master that audio file. So I can't really show you anything about how I produced Darling because the file's not here. But I can show you the way I mastered it, but that's nothing cool. Like, I mastered every single song on my album. So Darling was a song by Sona Claudio, actually. I used to listen to this song all the time, and I found it so relaxing. So I was like, you know what, this is giving off dreamy vibes. That's what I want to go for here. So a song called Come Here by Sona Claudio. The way the song starts off is how Darling starts off. So pretty, I love it. These harmonies, when I first listened to this song, it sent shivers down my spine. Like, I loved it so much. Obviously Darling's a bit different, but still it starts off like Sona Claudio, she inspires me so much. Like, I want to be like her. Her concepts, her songs, I love her so much. The lyrics for Darling, what can I say? I think it took me like a couple days. It didn't take me too long because the song was quite vibey. Like, the synth was there, everything that I wanted the song to sound like, it was initially there. So all I had to do was just go with the vibe, play over the flow, and just see what kind of words came out my mouth. And eventually the lyrics became what they are now. Now, Ecstasy Rain. This song was produced... Before I get to that, let's talk about the whole concept I went for. Ecstasy Rain is a bit different because I really wanted to kind of get the dreamy vibes but also change it up a little bit. Why am I struggling to find my own music, man? This song went through so many drafts. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've kind of messed around with this. Obviously that's standard for every single song, but this one literally drained the hell out of me, especially because I was doing my university exams whilst I was producing this. So it was a bit stressful because I know I wanted to release my song and I knew what vision I had. It's just when you're revising for uni, you know what I'm saying, it sucks to life at you. The drums for the song are very basic as well. Again, we have this synth. I love synths, as you may, if I haven't said that enough to you. These synths, it took me forever to find the right EQ I wanted, because initially these were proper in your ear, like proper ringing in your ears, which I did not like. I wanted to be a calming, relaxing synth. I think I got there in the end, but it took me so much to play around with the EQ, trying to make it the way it is now. It kind of makes it different because this has an actual bass line. Like an actual fancy sounding bass line, which I really like. That's my song. Again, I love bells. So what did I do? I added some bells. similar to Too Much, to be fair. A simple beat, bells, synth. It's just kind of recreating my, the first song Too Much in like a very different perspective. I've got these harps going on as well, which kind of make it a bit different. And as soon as the chorus hits, I added this sort of organ sounding. The lyrics for this, I tried to make it more poetic, let's say. The one lyric I really like in the song is tracing an artist's creation on my skin and the goosebumps are your ink. I think that's really cute. The inspiration of Ecstasy Rain, I would say it's my own song Too Much, but I want to kind of have a different spin on it and make it more dreamy and a bit more, I wouldn't say rocky, but the bass is very, the drums are very like rock inspired. I guess that's just the way things are. Like, I've got no reason why I did that. I just kind of went for that concept. In terms of, that's everything on the music side of stuff. But in terms of the aesthetic and the visual sort of creation, the album cover is me driving in my car, and I asked my brother and my sister to sit behind and take pictures of me whilst I was driving. I actually used Prequel to edit my album art. Just creating this album in general has been it was quite difficult, but it also came naturally to me, which is it was difficult but natural. The artist that I am now, like, I've grown a lot since I started producing Too Much, right? That was produced way back in 2018. So necessarily the emotions that I want to get out now are different to the type of emotions I was trying to get out back then. So although this album doesn't kind of relate to as much to the kind of music I want to make going forwards, it's still a part of me that I want to release. So I'm really glad that I was able to release this album this year, and I'm thankful for the support as well that I've got with the album as well. And I'm thankful for all my people who listened to it and streamed it. If you haven't listened to it just yet, it's in the description box. Press the link, click it, stream it, and hopefully you might like it. Comment as well with what sort of videos you want to see next, because it's always good having ideas of what to do. Yeah, thank you for watching, and hope that you found this album breakdown video nice, helpful, useful. But yeah, have a nice day.